Hey guys, and welcome to another video comparison, and today with another 3 Android TV boxes, one of which is the MECOOL BB2 Pro, the M8S Pro, and also the VASTEYU V9. And spoiler alert, one of these really sucks. And this video is sponsored by NordVPN, a VPN service available for almost any platform with servers in 56 countries at an affordable price. Check out the link below for more details. And we are back. So let me start by saying that these two boxes here have the word Pro, but take that out of the way because they don't have anything to do with Pro. Now we will see why in just a few moments, and let's start with the package content. As you guys can see on the screen, these three Android TV boxes have the same accessories or the same contents inside of the package. We will find the Android TV box itself, one power adapter, an HDMI cable, a quick user guide, and then a infrared remote control, which we will see also that it's crappy for all of them. Now in terms of specifications, they all are based on the Amlogic S912 SoC, which is one of my favorite SoCs, so that's one of the reasons that I'm a bit disappointed with these three devices, but more details in just a few moments. They also share 3 GB of RAM each, and in the case of the MECOOL BB2, it has 16 GB of storage, while the other two have 32 GB of storage, all of them running Android 7.1. Now in terms of design and build quality, guys, what I can say is that if I had to choose one of these based on the design and on the build quality, the MECOOL BB2 would be my favorite choice. In terms of material, the plastic is actually nice, this glossy plastic, and then at the bottom we have this metal piece right over here, and of course it makes more sense in terms of build quality than the other two, which are a cheap plastic. And if I had to distinguish one from another, I would say that the V9 is even cheaper than the M8S Pro, but these are two really cheap plasticky boxes compared with the MECOOL, which in this department is the one that it's on the lead, let's say. Now in terms of connectivity, they all share almost the same connectivity as well. As you guys may see by the images, they have a HDMI, Ethernet port, power input, AV out, 2 USB 2.0 ports, 1 micro SD card slot, and then the MECOOL and the V9 also have a optical out, while the M8S doesn't. Now in terms of the remote control, they all come with a crappy infrared remote control, and guys, you know my opinion, at least those of you that follow the channel, any wireless remote will be the best choice for any Android TV box that we have, not just these three but any other. I will leave a link down below with the video comparing a few wireless remotes, and this video has about 1 year or so, but it's still updated in terms of the experience that we can get with a wireless remote compared with one of these, which doesn't give too much of an experience with one of these boxes. Now moving on to the launcher, as you guys can see on screen, it's the same old boring launcher that we have seen many times before in other devices. If it's not the same, it's very similar, so there's no advantages here or anything new, so that's why I state that it's boring. Nonetheless, in any case, we can just select any other launcher and then install it, and we can customize it the way that I do with any Android TV box, with the exception of the V9. As you guys may see by some images, the V9 was impossible to install any launcher or to use any other launcher, and this was a first time for me, so I was really disappointed with this one, but I'll give you guys a few more details. And before we move on to the benchmarks and to the real-world performance of these devices, I would like to take the V9 right over here, and I'll show you guys some images. This was my worst experience with the Android TV box on the last, I don't know, 6-7 years, something like that, and this box is just impossible to work with. I've had some bad experiences in the past, but not like this one. I was able to install a few apps, but the box just keeps crashing. When it doesn't crash completely, it will crash on the apps, on the Google Play Store, on any launcher that we download. So it's just a box that it's a great example for one of the videos that I will be making in tomorrow or the day after, because it is just a waste of money. And sometimes people do ask, hey Robert, this box is really cheap and it has the same specs of a more expensive box. Guys, this is exactly one of the problems with cheap boxes. Sucky firmware, which the manufacturer, which we don't know who it is, just doesn't care, and they want to have sales at the cost of a really bad experience. So guys, if possible, this message will pass through and none of you will purchase this, because this is just a paperweight. It's not expensive, but it is a waste of time and money, of course. Now moving on to these two devices, which I actually could use. So what I'm going to share with you right now is the benchmarks that I was able to do with these devices. And as you guys can see over there, all my standard benchmarks here for the channel. And in terms of benchmarks, what I would like to point out is just two results. One of which is the Wi-Fi speed test for these two devices. I would not advise to use them over Wi-Fi. You will be okay over the Ethernet, but Wi-Fi, if you will use high bitrate files like movies with high quality, then forget about, you will not be able to do so. And the other result was the M8S Pro. Really surprised me on the disk speed test, which did show us that it's the fastest of this group by a while, as you guys can see over there. And one of the things that I would like to share at this moment as well is that the MECOOL BB2 has one issue that it's a bit annoying, nothing really serious, but a bit annoying, which is sometimes when we are moving the wireless remote or the mouse or whatever you want to use, we will feel the screen slow. Well, not the screen, but the image itself. And sometimes the mouse gets stuck. We will be there for a few seconds without being able to do anything with the box, which shows that either hardware, which in this particular case storage, or a firmware issue that can be fixed in the future. But here I'm not really sure, so have this in mind before you're doing this purchase, deciding between one or the other. Now, leaving the benchmarks aside and moving on to the real world performance, starting with Netflix, what I can say, guys, is that both of these played well at 480p resolution maximum, which is, if you are going to use Netflix, then there are other choices on the market far better than these. In terms of resolution, I was forgetting, but these support up to 4K at 30 Hz. Then on the YouTube app, on the mobile app for the MECOOL, I was getting a few frame dropping, and hopefully you guys can see that on screen. So if you are going to use the MECOOL, go with the TV app, which works great at 1080, really smooth, and this works for both of these devices. Then in terms of IPTV service, using my ISP provider, all of these devices played okay. Well, these two played okay, the MECOOL and the M8S Pro. And then in terms of Kodi 17.6, I was able to play all the content that I've got right over here in terms of 10-bit and 8-bit videos, H.264 and H.265 codecs up to 4K resolution over the network and not over Wi-Fi. Everything played really smooth. Plex was also a great experience right over here, 1080 MKV files, Blu-ray playing over the network without any issues on these two devices. Then moving to the Android games, I was able to play everything that I tested on the M8S Pro. Unfortunately, the MECOOL BB2 had some issues playing some games like Asphalt Extreme, and as you guys can see on some images there, the frame rate was low, so the experience was really bad. And this just gives me the suggestion that some games will work or behave like this, so it needs to be worked upon, the firmware needs to be improved, and so on and so forth. And I'm not really sure if it's going to be, because there's no online updates, and you know my opinion regarding that. And then finally, in terms of game stream, I did test out these two devices, and none of which did perform well. It's impossible to play, the lag is just huge. And I did measure in terms of latency, and the latency, it's actually not the issue. it's the firmware itself. And I was a bit concerned because sometimes there are issues on the network. So what I did unplug these two, connect my MECOOL 9H, which is one of the boxes that I've got right over here to test out anything. And I was back playing game stream at 1080, 60 frames per second. So if you want to do game stream, guys, none of these will be able to do so. And also I did test out the AirPlay, streaming my live slideshows from one of my Mac computers to these boxes. We can also do with Windows machines, but I do use Macs for this purpose. And as you guys can see there, it did work really well with no issues, and also a great experience. So in conclusion, guys, what I can say is that right out of the bat, this is a awful purchase. Doesn't matter how cheap it is, but you're going to spend money that you're going to use as a paperweight. So this one is completely out of the way. And if you ask me, hey Robert, is there any favorites? If I really had to choose between one of these, and have in mind that sometimes there are people that will only use one of these for coding, for example, and if that's your case, then both of these devices will be just fine. But I would like to point out that if I had to choose one, I would go for the M8S Pro, simply because it's the one that gives me less issues than the MECOOL BB2. And I'm going to shut up. Guys, hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you did so, don't forget that usual thumbs up. My name is Roberto Jorge, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.